My fingers are covered in corpses. I got this here book at a thrift store last year and my own mineralized super skeleton, you call them bones. It hurt a lot for most of last year, so I didn't go to the beach, but they're a little better now. Since I'm feeling better, I'm back on the prowl. I got a beach attachment for my cane. I thought this coastline was entirely too polluted and developed to support any life beyond the aggro seagulls and that seaweed that like wraps around your ankles and makes you itch. Oh, can you blame me? Look at it. It looks like this. Well, but then what are the seashells? Where'd these come from? These are all from here over several weeks. I kind of, this is so embarrassing. I kind of thought that, I thought there was nothing alive out here. Don't laugh at me, all right? This channel is about watching me, the internet science talk clown, learn things. Not everybody knows everything. I thought, all the shells on this coastline were washing ashore from like at least half a Catalina away. I don't think there's anything doing any metabolism that isn't approximately slime. Does this look like pristine, untouched nature to you? I didn't think anything was alive. But, no. I found a lot of cool stuff out here. Here's an easy one. It's shaped like a cartoon clamshell and it has these distinctive cream and burnt sienna tiger stripe. This, no, I didn't find any unbroken ones, is Agropectin aquisylcatus. Oh, never mind, I just found an unbroken one. If you have ever looked down at the sand down the coastline of Southern California all the way down through the western part of Baja, you have definitely seen Donax gouldi. Gouldi? Here's what it looks like when Donax gouldi is alive. And look, it's got that freaky little foot tongue that a lot of the bivalves have. It is plentiful here on the Southern California coastline. So plentiful, in fact, that during the Depression, it was a popular food to go, scavenging for. Matter of fact, I am so confident that Donax gouldi is just everywhere at all times, right here, that I'm telling you, oh, the sun, that I'm telling you, I'm gonna find one right now. No cuts. I'll speed it up. Starting here, no cuts. I'm just gonna go find one. Good morning. Yeah. I hope I was in view. Look right there. Look at that, bean clam. They look like little pistachio shells. Am I full of light and life or easily delighted? What's the difference? Lamara hemphilly is so pretty. Pretend I'm holding one right now. There we go. Let's look at Lamara hemphilly when it's alive. Oh dear God, it's disgusting. No, I hate it. I hate it. Limpets. Ooh, aren't they cute? Sometimes they have a hole in them and then sometimes they don't, depending on the species. I don't know if this one originally had a hole. I imagine it was smaller before, but these are snails. Is there a tear running down my face? It's from the sun. My eyes hurt so bad. Listen, the options were sunglasses or no video at all. I could not get up early enough in order to be here when there was still marine layer. It burns off by 6:30 a.m. It's summertime. There's a heat wave today. I'm trying my best. Why didn't you just do it another day? Why didn't you do it a different day? It's July in Southern California. It's one big heat wave. My eyes hurt so bad from just looking in this direction, even with, oh my God, even with the sunglasses on. I'm sorry. I put on pretty eye makeup, okay? Look, blah, 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 blah. Isn't it nice? You're never gonna see it again. My eyes are watering, it's so fucking bright. If you're that bothered by it, I'll occasionally Photoshop some eyes on here so you can make contact with them. But listen, I know my audience, and none of you making eye contact to begin with. I didn't get one of these, but I just wanna show you a photo of the giant keyhole limpet. I got it from a guidebook at the public library. Isn't it gorgeous? I'm gonna try to convince my fiance that we should take her engagement photos inside a tide pool and use this as inspo. I don't think I'm gonna win that one. We must descend down into the zone of actual learning. Hello and welcome to the zone of actual learning, also known as sitting, because I'm so tired. You know what drink this is. Sponsor me. Give me money. I drink so much of your drink. Just give me back some of the money I've given to you. You know who you are. I have to teach you about polyphyletic groups. Polyphyletic. When we use a term to describe a group of organisms which have something in common, some through line, but they actually belong to different phylum, we call that a polyphyletic group. An example I'm a little bit more confident and familiar with would be the bracket fungi. Bracket fungi are a great example of this. Look at all these guys. They grow out like a little bracket for a shelf, but they don't actually have any taxonomical through line. We're describing them characteristically. Look at all these different species, and yet their characteristics are so similar. They have all coalesced around a certain set of characteristics that we call bracket fungi. And likewise out here, these guys have had a lot of time to work on who they are, what they do, including Limpets. They're little snails. Anything that's got this neat little volcano shape here that is a snail is likely to be called a limpet, but they're not. Gangsta's Paradise? Out of what? I have never said anything to be. What does this have to do with limpet sage? Is the coastal ecosystem a gangsta's paradise? I mean, there's probably a lot of organized crime happening out here. I suppose it might be.
I got so disoriented by Coolio, I skipped a section. I meant to tell you what I was holding. With very low confidence, I think that this is Noto acmea scutum? Woof. And this one, I don't know. I don't know, dude. I tried so hard. I have no idea what it is. I'm new at this biological niche.
All right, that's enough for the zone of actual learning. Let's get back.
What do you think you're doing?
Hey, dude. I'm teaching the people about coastal California gastropods and the like.
You trying to muscle in on my racket?
No.
Did I or did I not just hear you describe Limaria hemphilly as a freaky deaky little alien nightmare?
I did call them that.
And what is my long-running series called?
It's called Alien Ocean.
Stay off my turf, Bad Natty. This is your only warning before I send a legion of basket stars up your drain pipes.
Please, just one more oceanic video. Well, okay, but two. But what if it was a follow-up to the narwhal thing?
Oh, dang. Did you talk to that Arctic documentary guy?
I did.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care about marine mammals anyway.
Agreed. Thank you.
All right, one more new saltwater topic and then you're done, or it's Urialia aspera through the poop pipes for you, Missy.
No. Okay. You're the octopus lady.
Oh, stop. We can just shake on it.
Thanks. A Go-Gurt cup? Oh, that's motor oil. Oop! I don't think I can say what that is on TV. Just that easy. All right, look what I got. This is almost certainly California mussel. Ooh, put that back. Aquisulcatus and Donax gouldi. Oh dear. Count 'em, 4 Donax gouldi. Oh, I got a good one. They're so easy. And then this one is a thing that sounds like aggravated cactus, but I can't remember what it's called. Agropectin aquisulcatus. Oh, you're a weird one. Oh my goodness. I was trying to do a joke, but I've actually found something cool.
This was really exciting to me because I thought it was just Donax californica, which is just D. gouldi, but wide. Except the more I was looking at it, the less they seemed like siblings, and this was already outside the upper limit of the big Donax californica. So some additional library book consultation later, and I think it's one of these 3 jackknife clams. It's dead on for every characteristic besides color for the color named Solon rosaceus. So I'll consider it may be one of these 2 taglias. You know, as if I didn't just learn about all of this a few weeks ago. I'm trying my best.
Want to see my stash? Oh no! Donax gouldi! What you think these are? 3 different species, that's what. These are all sun bleached. So these I found a little bit more in the interior. They were not immediately within the tide. And these have almost certainly been baking in the sun for quite a while. Little pro tip, when you're first out looking for shells, be sure to separate the bone white ones that you find on the sand, on the dry sand, from the ones that you pluck out of the water, because it's quite confusing to find one of these and learn that it actually used to be a vibrant color and that it's just sun bleached and that you don't actually have a white colored shell. Though of course plenty are naturally white in pigment. This is a little fragment of Epileucina californica, and this is the bivalve shell that I'm going to be most sad to part with because look at its little waffle weave texture. I'm amazed. And this one, I don't know what this one is. No clue. Now, to be briefly serious, my least favorite thing, if this were a more delicate ecosystem, like, say, a rocky tide pool, I would be a lot more delicate. I'd be a lot more careful. I wouldn't do so much stomping and touching and wearing shoes and bringing out my camera and all that kind of, I would be cautious. I'd treat it a lot more like you would a national park. But this is not this. This place Oh boy. That's the artificial island where they mine petroleum. They drill for it, right there. Right there. We have several. This place is full of anthropogenic stuff. I'm talking diesel exhaust, rust, particulate, polystyrene, and that's just from all the ships queuing up at the port. This is not unspoiled nature. This is a place in which human activity and the natural world are pretty tightly intermingled. But everything from firework debris to motor oil ends up washing through and ending up here because this is the output of the LA River, the channelized LA River. Most of the watershed of the LA River, by the way, is paved. So that's all runoff from street that is then bypassing the sewer system because it's rainwater. It should be the storm drain, hypothetically, and going directly into this harbor. I have found myself quite delightfully surprised at the biological diversity of mineralized shell things that grow on this very, very polluted and dirty coastline. But it could be much more diverse. It could be an even more thriving environment because evidently these critters are quite strong. They're very tough. They can grow in a pretty hostile environment. How many more delicate critters could be out here if only we weren't smothering them with human-made filth all the time?
I just want to say this real quick because it's just wildly outside the scope of this video, but I have to because I have a degree in urban planning and then dropped out of grad school for landscape architecture. The reason why there's so much garbage at the beach is not because, people just suck. They just throw trash everywhere. No. It's because the trash is all runoff. It all gets stuck and swept up in the way that the environment is built. It's from storm drains. That's how it gets to the beach. Why is the LA River channelized? It used to flood. Like, it would flood really bad every great once in a while. Why did we build in the floodplain? Listen, I'm not a city planner from 120 years ago, but Army Corps of Engineers got their hands on it and they filled it with concrete. The city, the county, and the state are all spending approximately one infinity money to make it soft bottom in order to re-nature it and to do a bunch of other very nice beautification projects and reconnection projects and bridges and bike lanes and cool stuff, and to do it with native plants. How much they're going to do native plants is the whole thing, but I don't want to make it seem like it all sucks and it's going to be that way forever. They're trying really hard. It's going to take my whole lifetime, maybe more. The LA River is enormous. It would take a feature-length documentary for me to explain this in full, the LA Aqueduct to the LA River, but it's not bad because everyone sucks. It's bad because people made what they thought was a good idea at the time, and it turns out, no, it wasn't, because no one thought to just ask the Tongva, hey, how come you don't live really close to the riverbank?
There goes my hero. That's a little recap on what we got going on here. We got a Donex Gouldy. I like this one. We got my one and only spiral find. A teeny little crab lived in here. Reminds me of an ice cream cone. I found an oyster shell. Absolutely incredible. Kind of reminds me of like a giant gross dead skin cell. Back where you came from. Oh my God, they make an amazing frisbee. You didn't see it, but you wouldn't believe the air I got on that. The one and only spiral shell snail that I found. Isn't it darling? This one kind of reminds me of, it reminds me of that time 500,000 barrels of DDT were dumped into the harbor right next door. Right there. It makes me think about how the California coastline is chock full of an unchecked amount of DDT in corroding casks, and how the EPA has no testing regimen or monitoring station for those casks. Remarkable. Well, that's all I got for you this time. This took forever, because filming at the beach is very hard. That's why there's so much on the green screen. Okay, buy my soggy zine. What's that? Why am I wearing shoes at the beach while in the surf? You know why. You know why I have to wear closed-toed shoes in this video at the beach, or why all the boys on the internet don't.